Hello, everybody. I'm somewhere different. This isn't my normal house, is it? No. No, in fact, actually, it's his house.
What are you doing in my house?
I told you I'm here to inspect your crap. It's what I do. I am the charity shop inspector. Hello, this is G-Shep. It is G-Shep, isn't it?
It is G-Shep.
It
Hello.
is. Yes, and I've joined today in Oxford, where we've been going around the charity shops, and I've been buying a load of pretentious crap, which we're going to present to you at the front of this lovely, lovely, very short table. I'm sure we're going to lose something over the edge here. I haven't got anything I can throw that'll give stuff away. Here we go. We can, here you go, charity shop. So you're going to lose something over the edge just like that at some point, I'm sure. But we've got quite a lot to go through, haven't we?
Yes, we've had quite the haul today, I do believe.
Yes, quite the haul. So we're going to be starting with the staple of this channel, the well-known thing, the best thing we're known for, Matchbox cars that aren't in very good condition. And not Matchbox cars that aren't in very good condition. Oh, we're stacking quite a few things on. We can get to focus that there. There we go. We get these four. We've actually got 4, 8, 12 of these in total. These are just the loose ones. Now, just one of these things is not like the other. One of these things is different. And Corgi doesn't count. We've got 2 Matchboxes here, a Corgi. But what's this?
This is quite an interesting one that we've been kind of having a look at.
Yes, there it is. It's there, isn't it?
There
the autofocus isn't working. There we go. We can put the autofocus on. There we go.
No, we found a button.
We found a button. I'm good at this. You can tell I'm a professional. But yeah, we've got this slightly different one. It feels quite thin and cheap. It's got quite a nice casting to it, though, and there's a lot of stickers on it. And a different set of wheels that we haven't seen on my channel before, because I haven't seen this particular brand. And that's because we have a mirror today. Is it mirror? I think it is.
Yeah,
Yes.
mirror.
Mirror. It's mirroring all the lights. In fact, we have a mirror Ford Fiesta, made in Spain, reference number 145. It's wait, it's over here, isn't it? 145. Which is something different. I said, I've not had these before. I'd never heard of the brand, and they appeared in a couple of bags in charity shops. And yes, all the bags have been brought. And Mr. G-Shep actually likes to do some preparation and research before he takes part in anything, whereas I just go, look at the stuff! Tell me about it! And now I'm going to let him tell you about it.
So this is a Spanish brand that was originally purchased in 2000 by Salido. A French company, who then were bought out at a later date by a German company. We can tell that this is the actual Spanish brand, one, because it actually says made in Spain, but we know that this is pre-2000, before they were bought out by the French brand, because when it was bought out by the French brand, it is supposed to be marked as Mirror by Salido. So we have some very nice doors. This seems for quite a cheap die-cast model. It seems like a lot of thought and work has gone into it. So it's quite an interesting thing, I believe. So
It is, and that is more information in regards to actual useful information than you will ever get from my channel, unless we're talking about something like camcorders, in which case I'll bore you to death. But yeah, I've never seen these before. We've actually got a couple of these to look at as well. This just happens to be the one that was in the bag that I opened for balancing reasons. But it's something different, and I'm sure somebody watching my channel is going, oh my gosh, can I have that, please? And no, you can't. It's mine. I'm sorry. Unless you want it, but it's still mine. But it is something different, something nice to see. And here we go, focus on these. We got your standard Matchbox bits and pieces as well, nice chrome base. Well, actually, no, I hate these things. What is it, Citroen 15 CV? Nobody cares, it's a Citroen. I don't like these old design cars, I've never liked them in Matchbox. They just don't translate well for me. Although that is in spiffing condition, you can keep that.
yeah, it's quite a pretty one.
Yes, and then we've got this...
Classic,
yes, this...
well-loved Matchbox, I believe.
Yes, this was when it was still running as the Matchbox series, but made by Lesney still, because Matchbox metamorphosized into its own thing and stuff. And this is surprisingly difficult with 2 people, isn't it? Yes. And then there's Corgi.
There's always a Corgi.
Corgi's just there. But of course we're not finished, because we've got even more to look at. In fact, we've got a bag each. Look at this. They were £1 for 4. Yes. There's no...
Yeah.
£1 for 4. So we're going to have to get these out and... There we go, we lost something over the edge. Yeah, smooth everything over the edge. And have a quick nosy at what we've actually got. Of which, again, we have some more. Of the... Oh, that one. That's sticky. Ugh. Okay.
This one I thought was quite interesting. This one we got right here.
Oh, yes. The old traditional painter. I'm just going to slip him in there so you can kind of wonder what it is, but not actually see it well. There we go. We'll put him there as well, just to tease you. Yes, these are my kind of favourite ones. I was telling you about these ones beforehand, where a child somewhere has taken them and painted them their own colours, and it's like it's the worst paint job in the world, and it's absolutely awful. But there's something nostalgic and pretty cool about it, you know.
Well, they definitely put the paint on thick on this one. You can see. Oh, without dropping it.
I can feel it.
You can feel like there's like a good like millimeter thick paint on these ones here. Like you can see.
Very, very thick.
Very, very thick. Even down.
You like dropping that, don't you?
Yeah,
it's like you've dropped it twice now in a short period of time.
So yeah, but like you can even see in the engine.
They were fully chrome engines as well. They used to be fully chrome, like the interior of the cab, which they haven't actually got any paint on. I'm quite impressed.
But then they got loads of paint on the engine.
Yeah.
Which I think is quite funny, so...
I think they painted the engine on purpose. Unfortunately, the rear axle on this one appears to be completely buggered, which is a shame, but they're the kind of cars that I like to hold on to for good measure, because they're entertaining. Yeah. Also, here is one that is unpainted. I am an unpainted vehicle, and actually, I roll pretty down... It still rolls pretty well. This is I think it's their space exploration series. This is a far less professional than my normal videos currently is. Because I can't get the focus. I'm not used to the camera lens being on this side. Made in England, 1975. Oh, it's a Planet Scout. Yes, I use this to scout the planet. Now, Planet Scout, there is an entire planet you need to scout. Well done. We'll see you later.
Oh, we actually have one more of these painted ones. They obviously had two colours that they were allowed to use. They obviously went down the...
But they've got three on there, though.
But there's a third one on there. But is there's no yellow on... Oh, there's a little bit of yellow on this one.
Yeah, yellow on that one.
So obviously the poor child only had literally drops of yellow.
Yes.
But had litres
well,
of
maybe
red
it was
and black.
a teenager, and that's actually their solidified pus from their spots.
Fair point.
That's a horrible image, and I'm actually sorry for bringing that to mind. Right, let's cover these other three that we know that you actually want to know about. These are the other three... What was it, mirror?
These are mirrors, yes.
Mirrors. The other three mirrors that have appeared in the charity shop bags.
I'm very scared and confused about these ones, to be honest.
Why is that?
Because they're very sticky.
Yeah, I honestly think that's the stickers. I mean, that's the stickiest one that I've come across so far. Yes. I think it's the stickers. I'm assuming that over the many years, because obviously these have been around for... That appears to be missing its windscreen as well. This one's got a windscreen.
This is just missing all, like every single...
Misses everything. They do appear to still have doors. Look, 2 hands. There's 3 hands on camera now. This has never happened before. Oh no, 4 hands on camera. This has never happened before. Goodness gracious. What a weird video.
For a brand that before today I hadn't really heard very much about, these are quite high quality, like fairly well built, put together and all that. And we have a Mercedes here. This looks like a Mercedes,
which means it's a shit driver. It's going to be an old Mercedes,
like a C-Class, I believe. But
we'll say it on the bottom, won't it?
450A. It's a 450.
And this is a
8EL, so it's an E-Class.
I like the livery on that one. That's very nice. But they're all the cars he said, except I'm lying, because there's one more, which is also from another brand that I haven't got any of. And it's that Formula 1 car that you've all seen in books and images and thought, wow, that looks really cool. And it probably wasn't very practical. And there was a slot car of it once that I really wanted, but I never got because it was expensive. And why is it a triaxle race car?
So that's actually quite interesting if you do want some information.
Yeah, go on then, because you actually know this, and we haven't researched this bit, or I haven't.
So this is to do with downforce in F1 cars. The amount of drag that the tires give as it goes out towards the back, the 2 front tires actually bring down the drag coefficient, and then it's pulled down underneath the car and then over the back tires, and that creates a better drag coefficient that it just basically makes the car faster. And it was banned after 1 race.
Huh. The more you know. It's that cultural thing that we've always seen a million times. And look, it's made by Polysil, who I'd never heard of. Polysil RJ57, Tarot 34-2, that might be the scale. Made in Italy. Wow, so that's also something different. But I can assure you now, unless you've got another one hidden over there, which I don't think you have.
No, I don't think I do. Yeah, we've got our next things.
We've got other things, don't worry about that. This is a charity shop run. That is all the toy cars we have for you. But as I said, I probably wouldn't have brought these bags, except for maybe the ones that have these ones in them, if it didn't have this new particular interesting brand. But let's bring the army of cars over here whilst I discuss the weather. It's been lovely in England, hasn't it? With lots of rain and sunshine and rain and rain and men and rain and... Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
How you doing? Oh, it's focused.
It actually focused.
It's focused. I say, we're in focus now. Hello. I'm not a Power Ranger. There we go. It's focused on... please, no. Please. Bad touch. Bad touch.
It's off camera. Bad touches. So, yeah.
Okay. Yes, we have a selection of action figures from... We don't know. Ultraman, we think.
Yeah, we're not sure. It's Power Rangers, Ultraman.
He's off camera.
Oh
no, don't knock him over. We just stood him up. Oh,
No.
oh. He just stood them up. He's still standing up. Ready?
No.
Bitch slap.
Bitch slap. And then bitch slap.
Oh, I'm not paying enough for this. Is that all of them? There's another one over there. There's one more. We haven't got them all. Right, it's my chance to try and make these stand up whilst... telling that when I noticed them in the charity shop, they were in a box, just a random box, mixed in with a load of standard kind of kids' toys. And I noticed them and immediately said something about Power Rangers to you. And they decided, YouTube channel, let's buy them and do something. Also, I'd like to point out they have incredibly crafted arses.
They really do. Look at
You got them all over again!
Yes. Well, there's something you haven't noticed yet, and I don't think probably any of the viewers have noticed yet. But there is something special about the blue guy, who has an incredibly crafted crotch. So yeah, that's the thing that we have on camera is
Blue Man's crotch.
Blue Man's crotch.
Now the question is just. I said, obviously Blue Man has just defeated everybody else in combat, right? And this man is a little bit overexcited about it. When you make a YouTube video now, you have to lug it if it's made for children. So, I don't think this is made for children.
But also, there's one thing missing that Power Rangers, all of those types of heroes do have. There's always the hero, and then there's always an enemy, and they're usually quite...
The villain, you're right! It's the Corgi Car of Death!
No!
No, it's not, he's dead.
It's not.
We have defeated the Corgi Car of Death! We are successful! Ha 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 ha! But of course, no, that would be too easy.
What did we find? Oh no. Oh, this...
Okay, yeah. I'm actually going to cover the head
cover his head, because this is something we both noticed, and... Honestly, I'm going to use language here. Scared the shit out of us.
Well, that's me definitely demonetized if crotch grabbing wasn't. Okay, tell you what, let's start at the back. Looks like a fairly normal hair. It looks
really
pretty
detailed.
normal.
It's actually fairly a detailed toy.
It also means I can focus it at this distance, so the true horror can be shown. Are you ready? I am the Leech Man. It's literally a Leech Man.
Yeah, he has no eyes. Just make sure to show the top of the head. There's literally no eyes.
It's nothing. It's just a man made out of leeches.
Leeches, yeah.
It's kind of terrifying and interesting, and I'm definitely leaving it somewhere in your house that you notice it in the middle of the night and scare yourself to death. Also, his articulation is really quite poor. His arms are pretty good, but... I'm off to see the Wizard of Oz. A pile of enemies. Oh, we almost knocked one of the rare cars off. We can't knock the sticky cars off. No. Every other car, yes, but the sticky car, no, we can't be doing that. But yes, those were the figures that we picked up. Not the only figure. We've got a beautiful doll to look at later.
We do have an absolutely beautiful doll. So, but I think Thomas might be next.
You want to put Thomas up next?
I do. Do
you think he can defeat the Leech Man, who has defeated all of these guys by just viciously assaulting them?
Well, I think we're going to probably give some of our
I'm making him pretty.
Yeah. I'm a pretty girl. I'm a pretty girl.
This was a mistake.
This is very much a mistake, but I do think some of your viewers do need to be...
Calm down from their hysterical crying fit of the Leech Man, who's now going to watch everything. But we're bringing in something that might actually be considered normal, and that would be...
even valuable, possibly.
That would be me. Hello.
So we found this as well, which was quite interesting. In box.
Ooh, hang on a minute. Now, we haven't quite got him on camera yet, so we just need to get him on camera. There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
I'm going to be finding cars all over my house for the next 2 weeks.
Oh, I'm going to be finding them first. I've stolen this from you now. This is my item now. But yes, Thomas and Friends. I had these as a kid, and this is one of the more recent ones. This is on the back, labelled up as 2003. Very water damage and quite mouldy. So we're going to be handling this with absolutely no care whatsoever. But it does stand up quite well, and it is a breakdown crane. This is I said I've been trying recently on my channel to go for higher quality by using studio lighting and introductions and so forth, and this is a real harp back to a year ago. But yes, because of how absolutely catastrophically awful the packaging was, we've decided that you may think this is worth money. You may want to preserve its historicness, but would you like to tear it open ravenously, or shall I?
Let's do it together.
Ooh, okay.
Let's get all 4 hands on screen.
1, 2, 3!
3!
Screw you! Oh, it's got a little thing.
Oh, it's got a little booklet.
It's got a little booklet. And the question
Oh,
is,
you get that out of there, and I'm going to get this booklet.
Okay, I'm going to go. I told you we'd lose stuff over the edge of the table. Now let's have a look.
Terrence, all of this. Well, I think this is to tell you about other products in the range that we can find.
Oh, it's a little advertising.
Collect your friends with Thomas and Friends.
Oh, does this mean I have to collect you?
With ERTL. Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, a Brit Alcock company production. So
Brit
this is
Alcock.
all of the collect your favourites in the range. So you can put that back there somewhere. And get that there.
He's trying to recover this vehicle, which has been written off by the fight earlier on. Is that all the things you can actually get?
Yeah, I believe that's all the stuff you can get in the range.
I actually have some of these to sell on eBay. This is where this thing's going. Come on, I want to recover it before we move on to our next spiffing. I think the last things are on my side now. All 3 of the last things are on my side now.
Yes.
There we go. It works, not very well, but it does work. It's quite a nice thing. Oh, there we go. It's got
articulation and arms and all of this.
To be fair, with the amount that the trucks were screwing everybody over by continuously derailing engines, you did need these, to be fair. I might actually get one of my ones at home out to test this and go from there, but...
What I do find interesting about this particular item is this is obviously official because we've got we've got packaging. We even have the Hit Entertainment brand and all of this, a collector's card. Yet this thing feel like when you look at it, it looks like something you bought out of Poundland when it's out of its packaging.
That's true. To be fair, there was actually a price on the bottom of it, the original price, which has been torn off, but it was $4.95 new in 2003, which sounds about right. Like a car is still like £1.
Yeah.
Not that one. That's probably like £200 million. £1,000,000. You go over there, Mr. Actually, you can rest on here.
You can rest on here.
Yes.
But there's no, like, for all the other things that are in this range, they're all colourful. You know, Thomas the Tank Engine is a very colourful engine. You've Percy, all of those guys. Very colourful things.
And then there's that.
Then there's this. It has literally just one standard colour.
But do you know what else there is?
What else do we have?
Cookie and Cream Twin Peaks. This wasn't brought from a charity shop, so we're horrible liars. But it was broken, so it's like it's come from a charity shop. Now, it's not a YouTube Chidio. A Chidio? It
is not a YouTube Chidio.
It's not a YouTube Chidio if you don't have some kind of collaboration of food. So, I'm going to break a little bit off delicately. I hope your table doesn't mind me hitting it. Would you mind hitting your table?
No, this is actually was built by a friend of mine who's a welder, and he also works on nuclear reactors.
It's very, very effective.
It's very effective.
Twin Peaks is not even pointed. I think they had to get rid of the point because of the lawsuit.
Yeah.
There's some for you.
This is my piece.
Yes. I'm going to let you do that. I'm going to nibble a little bit because talking.
This is really nice.
Actually, I've only nibbled a little bit.
I'm taking half a block and
that's not actually bad at all.
No.
It's got that white chocolate cheapness that Poundland has, because that's what you expect with Poundland. But at the same time, the cookies bit is pretty good. For £1, that's almost acceptable. Unlike this.
This is 50p and it's horrifying.
Hello, darling. Would you like to dress me up? Yes, it's very hard to fit into the camera. I might actually have to go in front of the camera, or we might just have to...
let's try to get this down. Maybe we can get this over here.
There we go. hello! Good to see that you're reaching across. This is a collector's dress-up doll from a charity shop.
So we have a young Victorian girl in basically Victorian underwear, I'm guessing?
Die!
Oh no, right in
Damn
the
it,
face.
it didn't work. It didn't work. We couldn't kill it.
Yes, I'm going to let you open this up.
I get to deal with this. Okay. This is going to be quite hard to actually demonstrate because it's very large, and I was going to go in front, but there's just a mirage of dead people in front. I don't know if you're allowed to be on camera on the internet with your job, being a very intelligent person. Hello, can you see me?
No, let's point this up a little bit.
Oh, don't stop the recording. You might have to unscrew that bit to pull it up, or just physically, yoink. Just
There
like
we go.
that. Hello. I'm going
Right.
to stay here for the next bit as well, actually.
Yes.
So this wonderful thing is, it's from Mamlock. If I look on the back, it's from Mamlock, and it has a website address, which means it's been made in at least the past 20 years, at least. And that means that somebody in the past 20 years who, that chocolate got to me, isn't me, thought that this would be a good idea. How much of my head is cut off?
No, you're right, just got a little bit up of your head, so you're okay.
Oh, so just you can't see what's going on up here.
No, dude, you can see that. You can see all that.
Can you see this?
You can see, yeah, you can see his legs. That is my crotch.
He was the one that was touching everybody up, wasn't he? Yes, he was, with the grabbly hands. He's the drummer. Anyway, enough of that. We have here, this is, it does say on the back, this is Beatrice, as it has a sticker. So we're going to dress Beatrice up in a very fashionable way. So I'm opening the packaging, and oh God, it burns! Oh God, it burns! We
have a
got
hat.
Beatrice out. Yes, it is literally a doll. Ah, there we go. 2002. These are literally cardboard. There's quite a few of them, to be fair. Let's get Beatrice out.
You get Beatrice out the hallway there. I think she has a standy-uppy bit, does she?
She does have a standy-uppy bit. Oh dear, where are we going to put the standy-uppy bit? Because we want her to stand up. Can you move the camera there by any chance? Will that reveal anything? Most of my YouTube channel knows I'm a fur fag, so it doesn't matter.
So there you go, yeah.
Yes, there we go. So,
You're both in frame there now.
have we got all of Beatrice in the frame?
Beatrice is all in the frame and you just need a little bit
All
more.
right, everybody, welcome to YouTube Makeovers. Today I have Beatrice, who is very, very drunk. And she wants to look like a 1904-esque type woman. Now, we got all these lovely clothes. We could put her in this. We could leave her in her underwear. Or we could put her in this. Or we could put her in this. Or we can put her in this. And we got some nice headpieces as well. I reckon that we should put this hat on her. What do you think?
Yes.
Now, as you can see, there's a gap that you put your finger through here like this. So I think you literally have to force her... that's how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's how it's supposed to go. She does look quite fabulous on camera.
There we go. That's how it goes. That's not actually as bad as I thought it would.
Yeah, no, it looks pretty well, but now it's overweighted. It's top weighted now.
I think that's just a terrible stand. That's not actually almost as bad as I genuinely thought it would be. The question is though, what outfit should we make her a maid or a flower girl or a... Oh, this one.
I think this one, that might be the one.
Well, the problem with that is it's got a cross on it, and it kind of looks like the cross is upside down. So
it does kind of look like the
it's a shame I haven't got a pentarite Satanwood here on the back before anybody sees. But these they've got tabs, which I assume
I suppose go through her shoulders, under her hair or something.
There's tabs on. Well, that's the tab to go around.
Is there something with her hair there? Oh, look here. I think it's
Have you spotted it?
I think you're supposed to put it up over her shoulders and
then put the hair over
Yeah,
it.
the hair. Supposed to
That
hold
would
it,
probably make sense.
She's slowly falling over.
I don't know what wonderful dress to put her in. Which one would go with this? I think this is the one that probably goes. I mean, it's... Yes, I think that's the one that's supposed to go with this dress. So we should obviously not use that. Yeah, I think that's probably...
Oh, there she goes.
Beatrice! Stop drinking! I know! There we go. Now, so that's what she'll look like when we get it on her. And would you like me to attempt to put this on her properly?
Yes, I think we should.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to put this on her properly right now. Now, people obviously buy these, and I don't want to mock them, because I know there are people that will buy these. You lift her hair up, and her head looks... Oh, my goodness gracious.
This is quite horrifying, to be honest.
Yes. Oh, there we go. And they
that
clip
actually
over
works
the back
pretty
there.
well. No?
Okay, Beatrice, and there you go. Don't you look absolutely bloody terrifying?
Yes, just move her a little bit to the...
my left?
There we go. That's fine, that's fine. Now.
Hello, would you like to see my roses very close to your urethral tract? I can assure you it's quite casual.
Shall we change her?
I think we should change it.
Okay, Beatrice, you ready for this trick? Paw!
And the hat came off and all.
I launched the hat. Well, that means we get to put a different hat
Yeah,
on.
I think we have to. I think
This
is
one.
that has to be the next hat. That has to be the
Okay,
next
so I think it goes on like this. Yes, there we go. Oh, look at this.
Oh, Jesus, this is terrifying.
Her head is ever so slightly bent, so I'm looking at her and she's got a stupid angle to her. Right, I
I
think...
can also assure you, it looks like on the camera that she's wearing like 3 scoops of ice cream. It's quite the image. But yes, this is. I don't know. It's. I have too many questions, and I probably do not want the answers.
Well, do you want me to dress her like I dress myself in the morning?
Yes, this is. And let's go on to the next thing.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I feel bad now. I actually feel bad for her. I'm sorry, Beatrice. I'm sorry. Oh, I've damaged her. I feel bad. I'm not that sorry.
I think you need to do this.
Is this the last thing that we got? I think it is.
Yeah, this is the last thing we seem to have.
Okay,
so.
this is actually going to be a boring one now because, hey, you remember how I was talking about I'll bore you to death with camcorders? Well, the charity shops around here are quite something different in compared to what we have where I live in Colville, which you know where that is now because you've probably watched the Light Bright, unless I put this up before the Light Bright episode, which in that case you don't know where I live. But here down in Oxford, location, area, place of Oxford equals entire county, obviously. They have a charity shop which is basically everything shoved in a corner.
Yeah.
Except the whole place is just one big corner.
If you've ever been to a jumble sale at a school, it's the exact thing, but a shop version of it.
Or like a car boot sale where everything's just there and they've got a lot of stuff. And for the first time ever, I came across one of these in the wild, which of course, if you've seen my channel and you watched that camcorder video, which I know you didn't because it had 18 views, I spent hours on that. This is your very standard, typical VTR mobile recording device for old camcorders. I've got one of these, but it's a different brand. But it is exactly the same. Like, it's literally the same as far as I can tell. It looks like there's one little difference at the back. And that's the last thing I brought. It's also the most expensive thing because the cars were £3 for 12. Beatrice was 50 pence. Ertril was, this was £4 to be fair, that was quite expensive. All the figures, each man, was, 50 pence for all of them.
And this for all of them, yeah.
Was £25. And I don't even know if it works. I'm going home tonight to test it, aren't I?
Yes.
I feel sorry for Beatrice. Why did I hurt her?
Well, I know what your VTO is missing.
I'm coming for you.
We need a hero to save it. Hang on a minute.
We need a hero.
What are you doing?
Bitch slap.
No, stop it.
Bitch slap. I am the best one from the charity shop. Bitch slap. And I think that's probably a good point to end the YouTube video, don't you?
I do believe so. I think we can get into the VTO maybe in another video when we know it's working or not.
How long did this go on for?
Well, we're currently 28 minutes in.
28 minutes? But this was meant to be 15 minutes. Oh God, 28 minutes of this. Oh dear. And on that note, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you like the absolute random tosh that's come up with. And if you like the co-host, Mr. G-Shep, who's very kindly joined us today, thank you for joining me, G-Shep, or in this case, me joining you, one of the two. And you want to do this again, team again, I'm sure we can organise some other kind of YouTube content to ruin your career somehow.
Yes, I think if we get enough likes and subscribes, we can go to, we can do a wander around this famous jumble charity shop thing.
Oh, that would be amazing. I wish we'd thought of that.
Yeah.
We'd have to get their permission.
We'd have to get their permission.
Like, can we film a YouTube video in here? We'll buy some stuff, honest.
Yes, but we can get that organised for the next video.
So likes and subscribe. So that's 3 likes, 17 views, and 1 subscriber this month, and we can sort that next time I come to Oxford.
Yes.
You can do it, YouTube. 3 likes. 3. Right. Cool. Well, yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Press the button, Mr. G-Shep.